a very good friend who really, shall I say, has created new pathways in the world of interfaith. But the reason I'm really very connected to her, I salute her, it's because she has followed her heart. You know, she's a Christian priest, she'll tell you, and she's also a Muslim. You know, Prophet Muhammad said, move from a knowledge of the tongue to a knowledge of the heart. The Quran says the heart never falsified what it saw. What I love about what Anne has done, in not having only a major and a minor, she has two majors. She's doing all the hard work, is that she has simply followed her heart. And this behooves each one of us. Can I listen to my heart? But more importantly, can I act on my heart? Can I live on that which I'm listening to my heart? She has done that in the world of religion. Let's welcome Anne Holmes Redding.
I'm very, very glad to be here today. I'm always glad to be here. I just soak in the spirit of this place whenever I have the good fortune to be here. And it strengthens me on my path, I must say. People ask me all the time, I get little messages on Facebook from across the world. How do you do this? How did this happen? A Christian minister who's a Muslim who didn't give up Christianity. What does it look like? You know, what do you do? Do you go to church? Do you go to the mosque? Do you do both? You know, how do you do it? And what does it mean? So I will try to answer those questions in brief today, just give you a little glimpse of the answers so far. Because, as Jamal said, I followed my heart. I made this huge leap of the heart. And my brain will be catching up for the rest of my life. One of the confirmations among my friends, people who've known me for decades, of this experience of mine is that I made this leap of the heart, which I've been known to do before. My friends know that I tend to leap in that way. But to stay, that I've stayed with it and continued to follow it and put all of the resources of this mind of mine to this path. As they watch me over these 4.5 years, it's been a confirmation to them that, yes, this woman is on the path that she should be on. So, a little bit about how it happened. So I was minding my business as a Christian minister. You know, I was doing the next indicated thing, which happened to be, at that time, since I was working in a parish that was very involved with interfaith work. And I came to that parish right in the fall of 2001. The first time I preached there was the Sunday after 9/11 to, you know, 1,000 people that morning, because everyone came out that morning to church. Part of my work, part of minding my business, my job was to present classes to my congregation to help us live into the reality of the world post 9/11. The church had been involved in interfaith work before I got there. And as a matter of fact, I kind of ruefully admit to people that until I came to that church in 2001, I had pretty much not been officially interested in interfaith work. My position was that Christians had enough to live up to in our tradition, not to have to, you know, go pretty far afield to try to live up to other people's traditions. We needed to take care of our own business, and our own business was serious and involving enough so that it would keep us busy. I'm a curious person, so over the years I had read about other traditions, I had participated in different activities of other traditions, and I was raised remarkably in a community that was an interfaith community. We were members, associate members of a community out in the country where I grew up. I grew up in southeastern Pennsylvania, and there was this wonderful cooperative community called Tangy Homesteads near where we lived that we joined, and it was an interfaith community. And I grew up celebrating Jewish holidays in addition to Christian holidays, and grew up with an experience of interfaith that I just took for granted. So I grew up without some of the barriers that people find to interfaith experience. So I just kind of took that for granted and went about my business as a Christian. So
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Rahman Arahim Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. The English translation of that is as follows. In the name of Allah, most merciful and compassionate. All praises be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, most merciful and compassionate. Lord of the day of reckoning, you alone we worship, and you alone we seek help. Guide us on the straight way, the way of those whom you have blessed, and not those upon whom is wrath or those who are lost. And with that, I greet you with the ancient Islamic greetings of peace and goodwill, and that is ISLAMIC. Okay, and my condolences go out to all the folks who are struggling to get justice done from Ferguson, Mass, and also down in New York City, the Supreme Court, or one of the district courts down there, just acquitted the policemen for strangling a young man on a corner in New York. So right now we don't have all the details, but it's breaking news. So when we do get more information on that, we'll pass it along to you. And so once again, I greet you with the ancient Arabic greetings of peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum. I want to thank our cablecaster, and that's Nicole, if I'm correct. Her name is Nicole, and she's new here at CCTV, and she does a great job in getting our programs out to you all out there in our viewer space. So with that, once again, thank you, Nicole. Okay. As far as what's happening here around CCTV, there's a lot going on, but we don't have too many announcements about CC-related activities, except there's one here entitled War Propaganda, and it's a class, and this class will look at many different types of war propaganda from World War I to present day, such as posters, films, radio, newspapers, advertising, information on the internet. Through looking and listening to various media, we will discuss the clear and hidden messages and the differences between argument, persuasion, and propaganda. Instructor is a Morgan Jaffe. The class is $15 for members, $20 for the general public, and that's a Thursday. That's December 18th, starting at 6 and until 9 p.m. So all regular classes have two rates, one for access members and one for non-members. Advanced registration is required and accepted on first come, first served basis. Early registration is advised, since courses may fill up or be canceled due to low enrollment. Members with sufficient voucher balance may register over the phone, 617-661-6900. Others must provide full payment at the time of registration. Schedules are subject to change. So that's a war propaganda. Starting this class is starting December 18th at 6 p.m. 9 a.m. So if you'd like additional information on other classes that are offered, it's the number is 617-661-6900, or you can come in CCTV and pick up a copy of the latest CTV newsletter. That's I got it right here. So that's what it looks like. This looks just like this, and it's entitled Open Studio. That's Open Studio, and you can find information on just about every aspect of the details, aspects and details of everything that CCTV has to offer, okay, the public. So you come in and get this, or you call 617-661-6900. And CCTV's own Dr. John Locke-Yamuzi, motivational speaker and life coach, is presenting with his Grace Conference that's held last Saturday every other month. Okay, so this time Dr. John has an event or an event entitled Church by Phone. That's you can call Church by Phone 712-775-7031, meeting ID 416-509-807. So join Dr. John live weekly conference call Monday, Saturday at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday overnights 11:30 to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special Laganda services for from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Friday. Executive producer and host, radio and TV, all as well with CCTV's own Dr. John Locke-Yamuzi. Watch him live now. That's Monday at 7:30, Tuesday at 12 to 2 p.m. All as well with Dr. John Locke-Yamuzi and the Grace Conferences. Okay, so if you like more information on it, you can call 206-777-5881, or you can email cfm4allnations@gmail.com, or you can go right over to the office. I guess that's the office. That's the CFM for All Nations, 1953 Massachusetts Avenue, number 91, Cambridge, Mass. 00. Okay, as I told you last week, participatory budgeting is in town, so your money, you decide. Help decide how to spend $500,000 for capital projects to improve your community. Join an upcoming neighborhood assembly to brainstorm ideas. So these neighborhood assemblies are scattered throughout the city, so you might not be able to attend all of them, but you can attend the one that's closest to where you reside or live. Okay, so the first one is the first one is gone. It was at the Frisola Youth Center. That was on December 2nd, so that's gone. The next assembly is at Citywide Senior Center, ballroom ground floor, 806 Mass Avenue, Saturday, December 6, 2014, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And the next is at the Cambridge Water Department cafeteria, ground floor, 250 Fresh Pond Parkway, Monday, December 8, 2014, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Then there's the Gatley Youth Center, snack room, second floor, 7 Ringe Avenue, Wednesday, December 10, 2014, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And finally, there's the main library on December 14, 2014, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Main library, community room, L2, 449 Broadway. So that's participatory budgeting. So learn more about participatory budgeting at www.cambridgema.gov/yourbudget, or you can call 617-349-4270 or email pb@cambridgema.gov. That's the City of Cambridge participatory budgeting. Your money, you decide. Help decide how to spend $500,000 for capital projects to improve your community. Join the upcoming neighborhood assembly to brainstorming ideas. So I know you'll be hearing more about the participatory budgeting process here at CCTV in the days to come. So you keep your eye open for that, okay? I looked out for, I promise you that I'd give you a listing of Kwanzaa events in Cambridge here, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find too many yet. But Kwanzaa is a couple weeks away. That's December 26th, so something will eventually pop up. But I did find out that the Episcopal Divinity School Advent celebrations on December 4th and 5th at St. John's Memorial Chapel in 99 Brattle Street, Cambridge, Mass. They're having the Three Rivers course conducted by Ellen Oakes, Director of Music at EDS Presents Everybody into the Light. Okay, so they're going to have the Three Rivers Chorus performs pieces from celebrations of Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Buddhist, Enlightenment, and Soul Ties. Event is free. Donations gratefully accepted. That's the Episcopal Divinity School Avid celebration, and they're located at 99 Brattle Street, Cambridge. So that's the only thing that I have so far on Kwanzaa, or Kwanzaa related. That's Friday, December 5th, 5 to 6 p.m. That's at the 99 Brattle Street. Okay, so right now I want to give you a little update on all the news, Islamic news that has been transpiring in the last month, okay? The last couple of weeks, so this should be interesting. That's the news as it's reported by Ibrahim Hooper of the Council on Islamic Care. That's the Council of Islamic Affairs. So we're going to get into this. Okay, here we go. Ibrahim Cooper.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ibrahim Hooper with CARE's News Update. CARE attorneys went to court last week to challenge the government's use of the no-fly list to limit the travel of a Virginia Muslim.
But Ghulet Mohammed wants to travel, so he's gone to court in an effort to convince a federal judge that he or any other citizen should have the right to challenge the inclusion of their names on the no-fly list.
And they're also sentencing him to a lifetime without air travel for no discernible reason. Ghulet has been convicted or accused of no crime.
Gadir Abbas is an attorney for the Council on American Islamic Relations. That group believes Muslim Americans are too often targeted on the no-fly list.
Also last week, CARE called on the Department of Justice to probe the case of a Virginia Muslim who recorded a bigoted rant by a passenger in his taxi.
You're a Muslim flying jets into the World Trade Center, then you. I will slice your throat right now.
All the evidence there, medical record is there, phone record is there, video is there, and he got away for nothing.
Salim's attorney, who also represents the organization called CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, says it doesn't end here. They plan on pursuing a federal hate crime charge and possible civil action.
You are prejudiced.
Yes, if you're a Muslim.
In Florida, a CARE representative spoke at a school board hearing on whether a textbook teaching about Islam should be censored.
But Muslim advocates, Democrats, and even students banded together as well, claiming the Republicans' argument is based on fear.
This isn't about equality in textbooks, but if you speak to the protesters, a lot of them are saying a lot of hateful anti-Muslim things, and I think that's un-American. It's really sad to see people promoting that kind of hate.
In Minnesota, CARE filed a complaint on behalf of a Muslim woman ejected from a public event because of her faith.
Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations announced that it has filed charges of discrimination with the Minnesota Department of Human Rights. This is on behalf of a woman who tried to attend an event on the Iron Range in September. The council said that Renea Elsweisi is a Muslim woman who was physically escorted out of the annual Hibbing Area Women's Retreat. The reason Elsweisi said is because the event speaker requested she be removed because she is Muslim.
A CARE Michigan representative spoke out against the shooting of an African-American teenager who some say may have been targeted because of her race.
Daoud Walid, could you talk a little bit about the significance of the shooting having occurred in Dearborn Heights? Explain what this area is like.
Well, the first thing is that people should understand that Metro Detroit suffers from something which is called hyper-segregation, in which there are various communities of people who have little to no interaction. It's actually been designed that way. The city of Dearborn Heights, which borders Inkster. Inkster is one of the blackest areas in the city, in the state of Michigan. Dearborn Heights is about 80% white. There's really no intersection between these communities. They're basically like invisible fences between communities in southeastern Michigan.
In California, a CARE official talked to Al Jazeera about a lawsuit challenging NSA spying on Muslims and on all Americans.
One group that's joined the lawsuit has actually dealt with government spying firsthand. Zahra Ballou is the executive director of the Bay Area office of the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Learning that the NSA was gathering intelligence data, particularly the phone records of U.S. residents, was not surprising because it was something that many members of the Muslim community had experienced in sort of smaller settings. And I go to the mosque multiple times a week, and so to think that at any given day or at any given event there could have been an FBI agent there taking down notes and putting those notes in intelligence files is really frightening.
So what came out of this surveillance? Were any of these members hardened criminals? Were they involved in organized crime, terrorist activity?
Nothing. Nothing at all. We hear from American Muslims who are saying, I am afraid to practice my religion. I'm afraid to go to the mosque and become politically involved. We are hearing from people who say, you know, we left our countries to escape government surveillance, right? When we were in Syria, when we were in Egypt, it was normal to believe that the walls had eyes and ears. We left our countries to escape that, and now you're telling us that we're not safe in our community centers, and we're not safe amongst friends.
And finally, Spanish language TV covered a CARE Florida effort to help the needy.
La comunidad musulmana en Estados Unidos está haciendo actos de presencia y traduciendo la fe, lo que el Islam es, lo que llama el Corán y todo el mandato de lo que debemos hacer nosotros, lo está poniendo en acción, traduciendo nuestra fe en acciones.
To receive CARE updates and action alerts, sign up at care.com. To contact CARE, email info@care.com. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to you.
That was Ibrahim Hooper with the Council of American Islamic Relations News Update. Okay, turning to some local Islamic news. The Sufi meditation class in Sharon, Massachusetts, gathering of new initiatives and those interested in the Sufi path. New initiatives and initiates and those who would like to know more about the Sufi Order International and the path of Sufism are invited to join us for the upcoming class. That's Sunday, December 7th, from 2 to 5 p.m. at 105 Billing Street, Sharon, Mass. So if you're interested in learning more about the Sufi Order, that's the place that you should be on December 7th, 2 to 5 p.m. And that's at 105 Billing Street, Sharon, Massachusetts. Okay, the Sufis are also holding a holiday party. You and your greater Boston Sufi Friends holiday potluck party, Sunday, December 21st, 1 p.m., 9 Whitcomb Avenue, Jamaica Plains. So join them for good fun and good cheer, and please RSV to Kalbi Malissi Tucker or Huzer Nawaz Jonathan German. That's at Melissa Tucker 38 at gmail.com, ggerman@gmail.com, or you can call 617-308-116. That's a Sufi holiday party. So also New Year, there's a New Year retreat. Close the year with the reflections of gratitude. Enter 2015 with depth, vision, and purpose. Guided by senior Sufi teacher Aziza Scott. So you'll be hearing more about that, or you can go to the website. That's theabode.org. That's a New Year's retreat. Okay, and finally, the AMC Annual Conference 2015. That'll be March 7, 2015. That's the American Muslim Council Annual Conference. Is an opportunity to meet with the fellow chaplains and learn best practices from senior practitioners, Islamic scholars, clinical researchers. It also provides an opportunity for members to speak directly with the American Muslim Council's Board of Directors, vote on proposals, even run for election. This year promise, inshallah, to be an exciting conference. So that's the American Muslim Council Annual Conference, March 7, 2015, to be held at Yale University. Okay, that's just about it for me. I'm Hassan Rashid, and until next time, I'll leave you with this. Superior-wisdom cannot be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I'll leave you with the ancient Arabic cordial greeting of peace, goodwill, and justice, and that is ISLAMIC. Okay, I promise you that I try to get the latest episode of 100 Muslims on. So we'll just end the program with the 11th episode of 100 Muslims. Okay? Assalamu alaikum.
So this is a strange parenting advice because it's also sort of a marriage advice. But I think one of the best things you can do for your kids is to show the parents having a positive relationship. I think it, for one thing, it models good behavior for the children when they see the parents, the way they're interacting with each other. But also, I've seen enough examples where children are in a household where the parents don't have a good relationship, and it makes the kids feel very insecure and nervous, and affects them for the rest of their life. But when the parents have a very strong relationship, I feel like it reflects onto then a strong relationship with the kids, and the kids also feel very secure and that they're part of something stable. And that confidence itself, I think, is so important for children to have.
This advice might seem very simple, but subhanAllah, after years of working with many families and many children, I found that the best thing the parents can do to their children is to show them a lot of love. And as I said, it's very simple, but it means that you give them time. That's the best way to show love to the children. Spending time with them, doing things that they like, you know. And I feel like this will give your children confidence, because they know that they are important enough that you give them your time.
I would remind the statement of Sayyidina Ali, you know, فُلَاعِبْهُ سَبْعًا, basically, أَدِّبْهُ سَبْعًا وَآخِهِ سَبْعًا. That the first 7 years, give them love, affection, play with them, get them emotionally attached to. Then أَدِّبْهُ سَبْعًا, then discipline them for the next